How's everybody doing today? Just got done with PetSmart. They had a sale on power heads, which you need for my aquarium, and a one-way valve. So it's actually cheaper than Amazon, if you can believe that. I usually use Amazon Prime for pretty much everything, but for some reason, some stores do have things for cheaper sometimes. Not very often that I come across that, but we're even trying that new Prime Pantry stuff. Good. So, I don't know. But anyways, so I wanted to talk about something. You're hearing more and more, and I've mentioned this, it wasn't too long ago. Mentioned this, you're hearing more and more about people who are posting videos on the internet, YouTube, wherever, doesn't matter, and they actually show themselves doing something that's breaking the law, basically. And you could get in an argument with me on the particulars on, oh, you're driving 5 over the speed limit, you're technically breaking the law. Yes, I know I am, but the thing is 5 over the speed limit is not considered to be reckless driving. 150 miles per hour on the highway is considered reckless driving, and they're going to probably look at you a little bit closer than if you're doing 5 over in traffic. So, yes, I drive 5 to 10 over the speed limit, and I'll even admit that I'll drive 15 over the speed limit on the highway, but I'm not blasting by semis with a 100-mile-an-hour difference. Like, watch this. Going right underneath the red on this one. Anyways, so, okay, so you could say that, oh, I've seen you break the law before. Well, I'm not reckless, I'm not dangerous, I'm not doing anything so severe that I'm going to have somebody knocking on my door saying, I heard you were doing 5 over and here's the proof, so here's the ticket. You know, cops have got a lot better things to do. And besides that, there's always that argument that the speedometer that, you know, the speedometer that I have and most other cars have is not calibrated, and so whatever. But anyways, the point is that people are thinking that they're cool by having this shot of the speedometer and then like a shot up here, and you can clearly see if you do investigation, you know, if it's a one-off video where all you can see is either the speedometer or what's going on out here, but there's no identifiable voice or name or car or anything else like that, then yeah, you're most likely going to get away with it. But even still at that point, a police, you're welcome, a police agency or whatever could do investigations, and unless you're using an encrypted VPN or something like that from where it was uploaded and yada yada yada, there's ways for them to find out your basically your identity in these videos. Okay, so the point is don't post yourself doing anything reckless that's considered public endangerment where you can easily be identified. And what I'll say is, you know, there's so many times when I just want to get on the highway and top this out, just see how fast it'll go. But I'm not going to say, hey, I was on the highway, and have a video going where you can clearly see that I'm on the highway. It's going to be a speedometer shot, and I'm going to say something like, yeah, I was at this track or the standing mile here or whatever, because at that point, if a law enforcement agency were to look at that, you know, it would be a gray area as far as were you really here, how can you prove it, you know, those, they don't have time to be going through all the videos on YouTube and picking out the ones that are breaking the law and then go that extra step and trying to figure out, okay, were they really there, were they not really there? They don't have time for that stuff. They don't have the resources for that kind of stuff. So the bottom line is, don't post a video identifying you, your location, and what you're doing all in the same video. You don't want to do that, because it'll be so easy for them to track you down and say, we have proof here, this is what you were doing. So again, you can easily say, hey, I was at the track yesterday or whatever. And it's not like you're going to post the video and the very next day, law enforcement's going to be knocking on your door and say, okay, so where were you yesterday? Oh, I see this video. No, that's not going to happen. Okay, but if you're doing 160 miles an hour down the highway, and you're supposed to be at work or something like that, I don't know. I'm just saying that you can incriminate yourself online, and it never used to be that way. And the first I ever heard about this, and something that's gotten me kind of, wanting to protect, I guess, somewhat of my privacy and not do anything stupid on camera, because obviously I posted on YouTube. One thing is that there was a gentleman who posted one of his videos on some site. I don't know if it was YouTube. I don't think it was. But he had a Corvette that he was selling, and he was trying to advertise that, yes, it'll get up to 160, 170 miles an hour. And he did it on the highway, and he left all of his information right there. And that's just stupid. And of course the cops found this video because it was reported to them, and of course they knew right where to find him. I mean, that was it. They knew right where to go. So it's just something you got to be careful about. There's no law against calling people names or giving people the finger or things like that. There's no law against that. So being yourself and being a driver, you're not going to get a ticket for calling somebody an asshole. But if it gets to the point where you're risking the life when you don't have complete control of your vehicle and you're doing 160 miles an hour on the highway, the speed limit is clearly 70, then yeah, you're going to draw more attention to yourself. And unfortunately, if the resources are there, some police agency might investigate you and yes, give you a ticket. So this just happened recently. I think it was on Facebook. Somebody posted themselves doing, it was actually in our area, not far from here. Somebody posted on Facebook, watch me on the highway doing 160 miles an hour in my Ford Mustang. And they were just blowing by these semis, trucks, and they grabbed the attention. Not only did they grab the attention of their followers, but that got shared, then that got shared, and all the guy's information was right there. His Facebook page was public. All they need is a name, and then they can cross-reference that with that name, a Mustang in this area. We saw that mile marker. They must be, it didn't take long. And so they're not sure. They give him a ticket, but they're not sure if they're going to be prosecuting him for anything more serious. Don't do something stupid like that. Just understand that the police and satellites, and there's always a possibility of being tracked and identified. So don't be stupid, basically, and get caught. So that's about it. Take care, guys.